should be like you, Mel.
Ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to your midweek Cherry AM show on this fantastic Wednesday morning. It's looking like a beautiful day out there for myself. How is it looking for you, Malcolm? Welcome this morning.
Yeah, good morning, Ollie. Good morning, everybody in the chat. Yeah, we're going to have a high of 13 degrees today. I think dry, sunshine.
Excellent.
Autumnal.
What more could you ask for?
Yeah, exactly.
Look, the chat is already popping off, which is awesome midweek. We do have some bits and bobs for you regarding the Premier League table today and the fixtures that happened and the results that happened in the weekend just gone. So we'll run those down for you in just a moment. But first of all, first in the chat, Darren Hurst. Morning, Daz.
Morning, Daz.
Hi, Ollie, Malcolm, and all in the chat. Chilly 17 degrees and on and off showers. It's days like today I regret wearing shorts. I'm not surprised. David DaCosta, good day, everyone. 20 degrees and sunshine.
Morning, David.
Chris Hubble, morning, up the Cherries. Morning, Chris.
Morning, Chris.
Dan Short, morning, Ollie and Malcolm. It's 12 degrees and cold. I'm off to work for a 9 to 5 shift at the Dorset's Children's Foundation. Nice, Dan. Good for you, mate.
Yeah, morning, Dan.
He also says, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to help the channel out. Good man. Thanks, Dan.
Super, yeah.
Paul from Oz. Hi, all. 22 degrees and damp here.
Hi, Paul. Hope you're doing well, mate.
Morning, mate. Morning. And love the yellow shirt, Malcolm. Oh, I should have put mine on, shouldn't I? So that we could have been matching.
Thanks, Dan. Yeah, one of my faves.
Yeah, it's a good one. Paul from Oz. Hi, guys. Paul from Oz, 12 degrees and wet here. I think we've already done that one. Paul Sants. Good morning, everyone. Morning, Paul.
Yeah, morning, Paul.
And Liam Humby. Morning, everyone. Up the Cherries. Morning, Liam.
Morning, Liam.
Full house this morning. Full house.
Yeah, good to have the regulars here.
Yeah, absolutely. So we thought, obviously, it being a Wednesday, everyone who usually watches this show knows that Thursdays are usually mine and Malcolm's to discuss the game coming in advance. Tuesdays, we usually discuss some things that happened at the weekend or some other Bournemouth news, and Monday nights is obviously Cherry Slaps. So today, we thought we'd give you a bit of a Premier League table rundown, some of the results that happened in the weekend just gone, standings of the Premier League table at the moment. And then just some topical conversations, really, Mal, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, if anybody's got any points of view from the weekend, obviously with us guys travelling a lot, we didn't see so much football on the telly. So, we can only pick up what we find on reports and everything on the internet. But a very interesting weekend in the Premier League, which we'll dive into, obviously.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I mean, how do you want to start? Do we start with the big dogs and Saturday's games? Because I think it started with some upset, didn't it, on Saturday alone? Let alone
you actually have to go back to Friday. Friday was the first game. which was Leeds West Ham.
Yep.
All right, so obviously you have to sort of try and do it in sort of daily order, really,
Sure.
as the games went through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2-1 to Leeds. Was it a surprise? Probably not. Bearing in mind West Ham's current form, feel for them at the moment. The Hammers or Irons or whatever you like to call them. But getting a result at Leeds is never easy, is it? As we know.
No, it's not. And as you said, West Ham haven't exactly been performing well. I mean, they've been nowhere near what they were last season, have they, at the moment? And they just continue to head deeper into a hole by the looks of things, which doesn't look positive for them at the moment.
Do you think that with Nuno there, do you think he's going to turn things around for them?
I'd like to say yes, obviously. I can't see it at the moment. I'm not sure what the issue is without looking into it a bit further. I don't know. I wouldn't like to say it here and say, there's going to be a turnaround and they'll start winning some games, because I just can't see it. I can't see it with how they're playing at the moment and how they're performing, how their team comes out. I can't see it. So I think he'd have a positive effect eventually if he gets enough time and if he starts pulling some results out. But it's all ifs, buts, and coconuts at the moment, isn't it?
It is, I'm afraid. Very well put, really. I can't disagree with you on that point.
And I think a bit more kudos to Leeds in that respect, in my eyes. If we're talking about West Ham, West Ham haven't done anything for me to be shouting about at the moment, but I've got to give some credit to Leeds. I mean, they've come in and they're battling, haven't they? They're really trying to give a good effort here. They
certainly are. I mean, obviously after the weekend results, if you have a look at the table, they're on 11 points, 15th place. So that's okay. Conceded quite a few goals, really. So 14 conceded and only scored 9. But they're at least 6 points off relegation, which, it is a gap already, isn't it?
Yeah.
We won't go into the coming weekend's games because obviously, it's something that can change very, very quickly. But we're just doing it on, as it stands at the moment.
Yep.
West Ham, 4 points. Conceded the most goals, 20.
Yep.
What can you say?
7 losses, 1 draw, 1 win.
Pretty tough times for them, I'm afraid. Not looking good. Not looking good at all.
No. No, absolutely.
Go on.
Well, I mean, I don't want to seem too happy about this, obviously. But there was some upsets in the league that we kind of needed at the moment in time to help our position for sure. There was also a couple of results that we didn't needed. United have come out of the woodwork a bit now, haven't they? With 2
crazy.
or 3, right? Yeah,
absolutely, crazy.
Bounced from 16th or 15th all the way up to 6th in the space of 2 or 3 game weeks, which is
that's typical early season, isn't it? You get a couple of wins and you fly up a table very quickly, but then you have to establish yourself, in those positions.
Mm-hmm.
Keep getting results, grind out a draw if need be. Getting points on the board, and this is exactly what Andoni always says. Don't look at the table, get the points on the board first of all. And he's very, very correct.
And I mean, while we've brought up United first and their win, we might as well go into that. So they had a 4-2 victory over Brighton,
right?
And that's left them in fifth position in the league with 16 points. So two points behind us technically at the moment.
Crazy.
Which and you think if you look at that top 6 or even top 8. Oh, crikey. The top 10, right? And there's, 5 points in it, in between 2nd and 10th place?
That's right.
Absolutely in madness. It is a crazy, crazy top 10 position at the moment. It can leapfrog in any way, shape or form this weekend, which is exciting. It's really exciting. I know that obviously some players, some fans and some clubs might see it as a bit daunting because it means, we're second. It means that we might not be second for long and it could change very quickly. So might make some fans a bit nervous. But I love the fact that it can change like that. And it just means we have to battle harder for our spot, right? Every game, we need to be taking points away. It's as simple as that. Just before we continue, Mal, I'm just going to read through some of these comments.
Please do. Yeah.
Dan Short says Cardiff beat Wrexham last night. They did indeed.
They did, yeah. They got the bragging rights, haven't they, in Wales?
2-1, I think, yeah. Paul from Oz, question for Malcolm. Are Bournemouth acknowledged where you are in the world? Great question.
It is a very good question, actually. Obviously, the people that know me, so my sort of circle of friends, they know I'm Bournemouth all the way through. And they send me messages every week, when we're playing, with the results and everything, and quite amusing, some of them. But going back a little while, and it was really interesting. I had to go to a back school, so I had issues with my back, and every day I would wear a Cherries shirt, and it was quite amusing. The physios there, obviously, they're into sport and everything else, and one of the guys said to me, he said, "Do you really support Bournemouth?" And I explained to him, I said, "Yeah, I've been following them since I was a young lad." And he said, "But they're doing all right, aren't they?" I said, "Yeah, they are." And it was during that course that we played at home to Liverpool, and we beat them 4-3.
Wow, okay.
And I went in the following morning, and the guy was actually bouncing. He said, "Wow, what a game that was last night." Because they love football here, obviously, it's not just Bundesliga. They watch, Spanish leagues and Premier League and whatever. So, yeah, that was really, really good. And just get some sort of feedback from, strangers, really.
Yeah. And have you found that that's been your only instance, or does that happen more often than not?
Say again, sorry.
Have you found that that's been your only instance where someone's kind of, discussed Bournemouth?
No. There has been, obviously, because obviously we went down, and then came back up again. And in that time, because whenever I've got something sort of with the badge on and walking around, there's always going to be somebody that might stop me, and say, "Oh, hi, good club," or whatever, "How you doing?" And yeah, it's just a nice little feeling, really.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool. It's pretty cool. And getting the coverage that they do over here as well. Sky Germany, Premier League, obviously typical Sky. It's always the top, big six, if you like.
Yeah.
But they do put out on Saturdays. I suppose a bit like you would have Final Score or something, at the weekend, and they go through all the games with the tables, and they actually have a discussion as well in the studio, obviously in German, and it's it's good to hear Bournemouth being mentioned very regular. So
good.
It's not going unnoticed. Let's just put it that way. So it's a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah, I bet. Good question there, Paul. From Oz.
Yeah, thanks for that, mate. Yeah.
Del, morning. Leeds have had a great start. If you don't include the Burnley game, they would have been very disappointed about that. It's true.
Yeah.
Very
Good
true.
morning to you. Yeah.
And he says, morning all. Morning, Del. Dan Short, Newcastle are away to West Ham in the Callum Wilson derby. Yeah, it's coming up. Paul Sands, I'm surprised how well Brentford are doing. Yeah, we'll come on to this in a moment. Similar to us, lost a lot of good players and their manager. Should rephrase that. Not as good as us, but doing well. Yeah, exactly. Dan Short, what a striker he was. Yeah, talking about Callum Wilson. Injury ravaged career, but was a great striker a fair few years ago.
Yeah, we got the best out of him, didn't we?
We did indeed. Yeah, we did. Darren Hurst, Man City lose 1-0 to Villa. Was a great result going into this weekend. We'll come to that as well.
Yeah.
Paul Sands, Kelleher is fantastic, says Del.
Right, so, yeah.
Little known fact: Kelleher holds 3 goalkeeping records at Liverpool. They are most penalty shootout wins, most penalty saves, and most consecutive penalty saves. And the cherry on the cake, he also scored the decisive penalty.
That's right. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, good knowledge there, Dale. That's awesome to bring up, mate. I love that. Daz, I wear my Bournemouth shorts every day, and every now and again we'll be walking, and someone will say, "Up the Cherries."
Nice. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. Dale says, I need to get my little lad a Bournemouth kit. Absolutely, you do.
Why
mate.
not?
Absolutely.
Just go online, go to the shop.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I don't get as many people where I am shouting out Up the Cherries, to be honest. But it might be because I'm a bit closer to some of the other teams up here, aren't I? Like Wrexham, Liverpool, Manchester. So not as much support. But hey ho, I still wear it with pride. And
that is it exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, mate. Coming on to Liverpool and Brentford.
Okay, go on. Your shout, mate.
4th Premier League defeat in a row for Liverpool, losing 3-2 at home to Brentford in the weekend just gone.
Away at Brentford.
Sorry. Puts them down to 7th. And it means they had a great start. Obviously, 5 wins.
Yeah.
But yeah, four losses in 4. What's going on with Liverpool?
Crazy. You know, you sandwich in between the 5-1 away win at Frankfurt in Europe Champions League. So it begs the question: Can it be that the Premier League is a totally different animal to playing supposedly larger clubs in Europe?
Yeah.
Different styles, obviously. But bearing in mind, Liverpool being champions, they're there to be shot at, aren't they?
Absolutely, they are. Yeah.
And this will always be the case. As reigning champions, everybody wants to beat them. No matter how, they'll give it a go. They are vulnerable. Obviously, defensive issues, well documented now. But with the signings they brought in, maybe underperforming some, which I cannot disagree with.
Yep.
Right. I don't know. I don't know where the problems lie with them, to be honest with you. I mean, Doug Horn would be the guy to speak to. I suppose he could elaborate a lot more, being a Liverpool fan. But yeah, wow, what a surprise.
Yeah, and I think it must be concerning for Liverpool fans, right? After coming off the back of last season, Arne Slot's almost been handed it on a plate, right? And there wasn't too much that he could have done to have gone wrong. So what's interesting is the moves that he's made and the changes Liverpool have made, I wouldn't say have been negative or wrong. So why haven't they worked and why aren't they going right? I guess is the question. And I guess that's a much bigger deep dive, right? Because when you're looking at the likes of Kirkes, which obviously I think we know where the mistakes lie with that particular signing. It may have been a tad too soon, maybe too much pressure, maybe kind of squad flexibility with how he's going to mould in with the team immediately. Not every player hits the ground running, right? And I think that was a tad unfair for Kirkes at the moment. But if we look at players like Frimpong, Florian Wirtz, I mean, they haven't stood out really, have they? There hasn't been. You don't watch Match of the Day every Saturday or hear about it every day on Facebook or on Twitter, and it's always about these 2 players. So it seems they've spent a ton of money and Isak, and they haven't really got anything back from that spend yet. Would you say that's fair?
Yeah, well, 50% of it I would agree with. Okay, Wirtz isn't performing to what his levels were, definitely. Kirkes could certainly step up. And then you go forward, Isak. What a disappointment.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't remember. I was watching one of their games. I thought, why didn't they take him off? I really couldn't see for the life of me. Difficult, very, very difficult. And Mo Salah is not performing,
Yeah,
is he?
absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, he has. He's fallen off the cliff, really, from what he was like last season. Yeah, difficult. Dell's made a comment worth pointing out here.
Which one?
Sorry.
I'll run down them. I'll run down them because there's quite a few here. So he goes, they're awful. I don't take anything away from Brentford, but they are who they are. In regards to the Liverpool game, midfield issues. And the biggest problem I see with Liverpool is not just centre backs; it's midfield. Liverpool have always had a monster midfield. Yeah,
exactly.
That's very true. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think possibly that Slobosai, because he has been moved to right back to cover, and then that probably hasn't helped the issues? I mean, he is a monster player. He is, for me, he's the top player. I like the point about the midfield. It hasn't clicked like maybe last season.
Yeah.
And obviously during Klopp's time there as well, because they were the absolutely awesome midfield that they had. Something's not right there in the middle.
No, I can't.
No, but I'm sure somebody's going to get pasted by Liverpool. They're going to find their form again. Something's going to happen.
Yeah.
You can never write them off. Definitely never write them off. But it is a bit of a strange one, really. 4 games.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. And now, as mentioned, sitting 7th on 15 points. So again, only 3 points between them and second place Bournemouth. So everything could change in one result.
So very interesting. Is 16 goals for, 14 against. It's only a +2. I think crikey's after 9 games.
That is again not great, is it?
No.
I mean, looking at Arsenal, blimey, they've got the best against in Europe by the looks of things. 3 goals against them whole season so far. And you can clearly tell some clubs are doing it right and some clubs aren't. I mean, I don't understand how they've conceded 14 goals in the games that they've had. And that obviously shows that there is an issue scoring goals and holding midfield structure and composure, but they're also letting in too many goals. So they've got issues at every aspect of the pitch at the minute, which it's not being, is it? It's really not. There's a lot of issues to try and overcome. And you can't tackle all of those things at once. It's got to be, game by game, week by week, tough position to be in. Paul from Oz says, met a Liverpool supporter in Liverpool who said Slot should not have signed 8 players. He feels is complicated matters. I'd say that's accurate. Yeah, I'd say considering they'd just won the league. And they'd been yearning and gunning for it for God knows how long, and they finally got there with Jurgen Klopp. And
it goes back to the good old saying, if it isn't broken, don't fix it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Going on from last season, I can understand, I never know how to pronounce his name, the striker they got from Frankfurt. But getting him in was brilliant. I thought, yes, that's the boy. You need somebody up front. And then they went with Isak, and I thought, no, that's killed it. So it's just for me absolutely crazy. My opinion, that you want to go in and get 2 top strikers. But yeah, I'm sorry. I just Ekitike is the guy. I mean, phenomenal player.
Fantastic.
And for me, he should be starting every game.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. But again, it comes down to, for them, it's it seems like it's money, isn't it? It's money thrown at a problem, or money thrown. It was not even a problem. It's money thrown at. I'm not sure what would have been the goal in spending that much money after you've just won the.
Well, like Paul says here in his comment, about the Liverpool fans signing 8 players. half of that would have been okay.
Yeah,
That would have been acceptable. That would have been enough. It wouldn't have caused so much disruption within the squad. But if the players aren't performing to the levels, I don't know what the issues are. I mean, yeah, Perky's getting the nod over Robertson. And I mean, he hasn't been playing brilliantly, has he, Kyrgyz, to be honest with you?
no. He did score. He did score.
Yeah, he did score, yeah.
You're right. He's not been consistent or been playing great games, really, no.
Yeah. But hey-ho, that's football, isn't it?
Exactly. It is indeed. Yeah. Dale says Fabinho, Milner, Henderson, recently, and back in the 80s. Malcolm, you, Dan, probably tell us more about Hughes and Souness.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Dale, as far as as far as I can see it, they're trying to make bread without flour. Nice
point. Yeah. Yeah.
And David DaCosta says Mo doesn't look happy. I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't with the whole Isak saga, to be honest. It's quite disrupting, and it's, in my eyes, it was a bit desperate from both parties, and I can't see how anyone would have come away from that feeling good or positive, really. Yeah, I don't know. Dell says Zabozlai is your legs, but there's no grit. No one to win the ball, head the ball, no one to win the battles. Yeah, agreed. He's a quality player as well.
He is, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
At club level and international level. He's decent. And who's the other one? Cody Gakpo, mate. Again,
brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Them two are the standout players for me.
Yeah, consistently for club and international level. Sean and family, morning, mate. If you don't want international football, women avoid defeat against Oxford tonight and AFC Wimbledon at the weekend. Then when they play Real Bedford during men's international. I see. Okay, yeah, Oxford tonight should be a banger. Anyone who's available to get to the ground, the Vitality ground, it should be really
super. Over 5,000 tickets sold already.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
so,
I think they're only £10 a ticket, I believe, something like that. £12.50.
Whatever. I know. Our Matt's going. So
yeah. Sean says it's the last team they need a result to get the 1,000 days undefeated. I didn't know. Excellent. Great bit of stat there. Dell says, but what players they have if they do get someone in? Ekatike is brilliant. Chiesa doesn't even get a game. Isak and Salah, Gakpo and Rio.
Yeah.
Without including Wirtz, it's an embarrassment of riches. Yeah. Rio and Chiesa can't even get a sniff, which is crazy to think about. Yeah. And he says it's a hugely top-heavy squad. Too much for me. Yeah, agree with that sentiment.
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah.
David DaCosta, too many stars and big egos to keep happy. Yep. And on behalf of Sean, who I'm sure would echo my words, Dango Ouattara had a blunder. Yeah.
A blunder or a blinder should that be?
Oh, wow. It was I imagine it was a blinder because it was the 3-2 Brentford game, wasn't it? So
yeah, and he did score.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'd go for blinder there, and that's why Sean would echo his words. Yeah. Dell, you need that player who can drop into the back two to make a back three, win the aerials, and go into a midfield three, like a Rice. Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the CBS are dropping like flies.
I mean, that is a big issue, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And he said, "What's that? The ladies is £7 a ticket." Boom, there we go. Yeah, it is £7 a ticket, Dell. Tonight at the Vitality Stadium, Bournemouth ground, you can go and watch the Bournemouth ladies against Oxford United women, and it's £7 a ticket, mate. If you're available, get down there. It'd be
7:45 kickoff.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that they'll cover that on the AFCB channel.
Yeah, hoping so. I'm sure there'll be a stream somewhere. There'll be a stream somewhere if it's at the ground. Sean, thanks for that. Appreciate that, mate. That's awesome. Right, Malcolm.
Yeah.
Next, I think it's only right to newly promoted Sunderland.
Just looking at that.
who absolutely stunned everyone and Chelsea with a 2-1 win away.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
At the time, putting them in second place.
Yeah. Absolutely awesome stuff. Okay, injury time winner. What can you say? I really thought I was getting up 1-1.
Yeah.
So following it on the ticker. But wow, unbelievable. And here, absolutely massive.
Yep, huge for Sunderland.
We did say, didn't we, that in our tier list, Sunderland wouldn't be one of the relegation candidates.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, because it's definitely something that we brought up, and I think there was even discussion that they would finish top 8, possibly. I think we had, but there was.
I know that out of the 3 promoted teams, they didn't look in trouble.
No.
Simply because of what they did pre-season, the players they brought in, just everything around the club. It just seemed so right for them to actually cement their place in the Premier League. And that was before ball was even kicked. So, yeah, hats off to them. Absolutely brilliant. Going to be a tough game. I think, at home they're doing pretty decent, aren't they? I haven't actually looked through, but hey ho. I don't know. It's how far up are they going to finish? Yeah, I think top 10's got to be in for them, hasn't it?
Isn't it? I mean, given their current run, I mean, 5 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. They've only conceded 7. That's half what Liverpool have conceded. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just having a look through to see who they've actually played, and they drew against Villa at home. They drew away at Palace.
Also good.
Which is really, really good. It's so obviously they've got to play Arsenal, they've got to play City, they've got to play Liverpool. How are they going to, that's the benchmark, isn't it? How do you come up against these teams? They've got to play Bournemouth as well.
Well, exactly. And here, Mal, and you'll know. Well, we know as fans better than anyone. Sunderland going up and being this strong at the moment and newly promoted, how sustainable is this? Because we know how sustainable is it? Because we know that, we know how these things go, right? We know that they might come up and have a storming first season, but it never, ever really looks good second season or even second half of that first season. If they're going for it now, how sustainable is this trajectory?
Right, this is here and now. Certainly not going to look to next season because that's just, would only be speculation. But going on current form, right, the setup at the club that they got, the trainer they've got, the players they've got, they're not dynamic goal-scoring team. It's only 11 scored and 7 conceded. So 7 conceded is good. It's defensively pretty sound. They're going to be fine. They're going to be super fine. Are they going to be what Forest did last season? Possibly.
Maybe.
Distinct possibility. But like we always say, it's early doors. But games have to be won. All right. So when you go out on the pitch, you've got to give it everything. And I think it's super, super exciting for any football fan who loves Premier League football just to take a glimpse at the table as it currently is, 9 games in. Wow. I'm just so super excited being a football fan to see, how the cards have been reshuffled.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And I'm going to come on to that in a minute. A table reshuffling.
Yeah, okay.
Almost pull my next subject, Mal. Just before that, I want to try something new in the chat. It's just a little fan poll thing. So everyone in the chat, if you want to get involved, it's just a question. And the question is, which team has most exceeded expectations so far this season, in your opinion? A, Sunderland, B, Bournemouth, C, Aston Villa, D, Brighton. So I'm going to pop that in the chat. By all means, comment, pop your opinion in. Just a little bit of something there to see what everyone's interest is. But moving into what you just said there, a reshuffling of the table, Mal. Obviously, we don't want to get into this weekend's games because we're going to do that tomorrow and Friday.
Yeah.
Given the volatility, I think that's the best word at the moment because there's 5 points between 2nd and 10th place. I don't know what's the best way to ask this. How chaotic is it going to be getting in that top half of the table? Because think about it. I mean, if teams continue to win and results continue to go in the right way for this top 10, this could continue to be really close up until Christmas, which isn't really a season or a table like we've seen in a while. It's got to make some fans nervous, right? It's got to have clubs on the edge of their seat right now, like not knowing, almost having to expect the unexpected this close to Christmas. Wouldn't you say?
I mean, what can you say? It's every week is going to throw something up, right? In my eye, I can see something, Tottenham winning away at Everton 3-0, putting in a shift. Spurs are just so Spursy, it's ridiculous.
But when you call it, can you?
Sorry, but when they hit their form, when they do everything right, they could be up there.
Yeah.
I mean, they're third, which is really good for them. Also plus 10 goal difference.
Yeah.
Only a point behind us. Yeah. But they, on the back of a brilliant away win, quite possibly, they'll drop points next weekend.
Yes, that's true.
That is Spurs being Spursy. They won at Man City, didn't they? And then, we're going to beat Bournemouth, and we played them off the park. So you just don't know, and this is just so unpredictable this season. Yeah, which is what I love about it.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I'm sure at some point Arsenal will drop points. Some point,
they have to. It's got to come.
Simply because it's the nature of the beast, right? Yellow cards, injuries. I mean, I take my hat off to them. They've already had a couple of bad injuries in their squad, star player or top players, but they're still running out results. But it might come back and slap them in the face later down the line. Who knows? But wow.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? As you just said, scraping results. It doesn't matter how they get their 3 points. Whether they're scraping 1 goal against Palace, 1 goal against Fulham, as they're doing, it doesn't matter. They're top of the league by 4 points. Technically a game of points in hand, which is huge at this time of the season. Yeah. Especially when everyone else is absolutely battling for their position. I'm not going to lie, I'm excited for the Arsenal game. It's the highlight of my season. It's going to be. I'm really excited to see Bournemouth come out as we know Bournemouth, as we see them play, as top form Bournemouth against the top form Arsenal. I think that'll be almost Bournemouth versus Crystal Palace 10x. I just think it'll be a fantastic game. I'm super excited for it. Super excited for it. I think we're going to head towards close off and comments, but there's a couple more teams I want to do before we do that, Mal.
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
We had our fantastic result, which is great. We've just mentioned the Arsenal 1-0 win over Palace. Boring, but they're getting the wins and they're top of the league, so it matters. Villa beating City 1-0.
Wow.
Again, entirely unexpected. I mean, Villa was sitting pretty at 16th, 15th, something like that, similar to United.
Yeah.
And it just out of nowhere.
They just found the form. Yeah. And putting some results together. And that is exactly, Emery's brilliant. Love the guy. What a trainer, manager, call him what you like. I think, even Villa fans will say, even when things aren't working out for them, they stick with them. They ignore the noise outside, or Emery's days are numbered and everything else. I don't think so. You don't lose it. I mean, he's a top level manager. He really is, top quality in Europe. What a CV he's got. I think, they're going to be ones that'll push on and push on. I haven't even looked towards the weekend, because obviously we're going to be doing our thing tomorrow with the Man City game. So, and then after that, I will sit down and analyse, and try and predict. Try and predict is a bit of a joke these days, isn't it? How the results are going to work out at the weekend.
Yeah,
bit like playing the lottery at the moment. Yeah. But great stuff. I also want to give a big shout now. Come on, Scott Parker's Burnley.
Yeah.
Another very, very late winner, but wow, a 3-2 win at Wolves. That is,
It was they needed it, right?
obviously.
However, it's unfortunate for Wolves, in my opinion. I felt like they were close to getting some more points on the board there, and it's a shame. So yeah, it's light and dark, isn't it? It's nice for Scott Parker, but bad times for Wolves coming, man.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
I can't see him getting out of it.
No, neither can I, mate. Neither can I. And
I mean,
it's a shame. It's a shame with a team like Wolves. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Shame to see them go down into the Championship.
I know it was the week before they lost at Sunderland, and I don't know if anybody watches Dazzle Babe on his channel, his YouTube. I like to listen to their views. They're very honest opinions that they give, and they said it was absolutely dire. The performance at Sunderland, and deservedly lost. And they were at a loss to think, how do we, get out of this?
Yeah.
And then obviously, the next weekend you think, right, come on, home to Burnley, we've got to get something out of this game. And then, wow. So the writing's on the wall.
Seems it could be. Seems it could be.
Which is pretty sad, really.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I know we're only 9 games in, but come on. You got Burnley, Leeds, and Sunderland who came up. Now, who would have predicted that they would be in the positions they are now?
Yep.
We wouldn't have done.
No,
certainly not.
And I tell you what, I wouldn't have guessed Wolves, West Ham, Nottingham Forest. I just wouldn't have. Bottom 3, 3 points clear in the relegation zone.
That's right.
Like it's not a good place to be in. Not even 10 games in. It really isn't. It really isn't.
No. And the thing is, you have to, and we've been in that position, haven't we? Where we've been down the bottom of the table, and we've always said you've got to get results against the teams around you.
Exactly that. Yeah. Exactly that.
And if it's not happening, then the writing's on the wall, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
But it's still, long way to go.
Yes, there is indeed. There is indeed.
Anything can happen. But it'd be interesting to look back at the end of the season.
And everything happened and got us to that point. Yeah.
Yeah, it really will be. Do you want to go through the chat, mate?
Exactly what I was about to do. Dale says, it's on my to-do list with 1,000 other things in regards to the women's game tonight. I'm sure, Dale. Sean says we are second, 2 points behind Watford, who we play at Ringwood on what would be our 1,001 day unbeaten. Awesome. Yeah, keep us posted with that, Sean. Dale says Isidore and Taby are good ones. Sean says in our next set of fixtures, City, Villa, West Ham, Sunderland. It's actually Sunderland I'm most concerned about. I wouldn't disagree with that, funnily enough. I think that's an accurate concern to have, Sean.
I'm not.
I am. I'm more concerned about the Sunderland game than I am about the City, Villa and West Ham game. I'll be
I'm
honest.
not looking that far ahead, mate.
Well,
I never
I know how you work. I know how you work, mate. Dell says, if the fans don't sing Cherry Baby at the ladies' game, I'll be bitterly disappointed.
do.
Paul Sant says, let's hope Bill has got all his club ownership sorted out. We don't want to do a palace. Yeah, crikey. I'm sure he has, but yeah. There's yeah, I don't even want to think about that yet, Paul. Blimey.
Oh,
It'd be so disheartening, wouldn't it? But no,
I'm,
let's not even think about that. I put the poll out. So, Premier League Spice Package: which team has most exceeded expectations so far this season? Your options were Sunderland from Championship to top 4, Bournemouth, Foley's 5-year plan in full swing, Aston Villa still flying under Emery, and Brighton punching above budget again. Wanted to see what you guys thought about that. I'd say us or Sunderland, surely, from Dell. Paul Sant says Sunderland. Daz says Bournemouth for sure. I predicted 8th pre-season. Amazing. Sean, Sunderland, due to being newly promoted. David DaCosta, Bournemouth. Dale, I'd expect Villa to be as good as they are with an expected Don like Emery. Yeah. They just. I think they haven't pulled in the points yet. I mean, Villa are Villa. They're a great team in my eyes. They really are a great team, and Emery's top form. He's a fantastic manager. So
they've just started rolling, mate.
Yeah, I don't have any immediate concern about them yet. As you said, Dale. Chris Hubble, Bournemouth, nice. Yeah, Dale says Brighton spent 3 to 4 million last few years. They have indeed. He also says, so it's us or Sunderland for me is a natural conclusion. Paul Sants, I predict if we beat City and Villa, we'll make Champions League. I know it's still early, but if that was to happen, I have a strong feeling. I like the feeling, Paul. I like it.
Positive vibes.
Yeah, that's it. Paul from Oz, Dom Solanke, still out for Spurs. And Klopp. Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
David DaCosta says the Spurs' home form is disappointing. Absolutely it is.
Yeah.
Dell, I think it's Bournemouth. How Andoni Del Bosque has coped with the loss of the likes of Zavanier, Hoyster and Kirkes Dango in one go. It's unbelievable, really. It really is, mate. Yeah, it really is. Chris Hubble, have a great day, everyone. Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, and you too.
Yeah, you too, mate. I did expect Sunderland to do well with who they brought, but they are also exceeding my expectations.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of those things we said.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I agree with, yeah. By quite some margin.
Yeah.
He also says that Zabanier is probably the best centre-back Bournemouth ever had, closely followed by Hudson. So to lose them both on one go and just carry on as they were is exceptional.
Yeah.
Yeah, echo it exactly, mate.
I disagree with that.
No, Sean says it's already an unbelievable season for so many teams in so many ways in the Prem and Championship, and we are only a third of the way through. So definitely enjoy the ride. Yeah, Sean, thoroughly agree with that. I think even if you go down further than the Championship, if you're into the English Football League, and the 92 teams that essentially represent our leagues, there is some incredible stuff happening this season. Some really, really incredible stuff from the bottom all the way up to the top. There's some crazy stuff happening in these league tables. So if you're not already following some of them, please do go and get involved in some of them, because there's some crazy stuff happening from the likes of Chesterfields to Wrexham's to, Coventry at the minute. My God, Coventry are incredible. Absolutely incredible at the minute. So, yeah, if you're a fan of anything else other than the Premier League, go and watch those.
Awesome. Yeah.
Dell said Wolves haven't won a game, have they?
2 draws, mate. 2 draws, 7 losses.
Yeah. Paul from Oz, always a good show, lads. Should have kept Jayden Anthony, in my opinion. He's in great form. Good shout, Paul. Yeah. It's
But would he get the minutes if we'd have kept him?
I don't think he'd get the minutes, but I think he'd be an awesome sub. He'd be an awesome sub.
Yeah, absolutely.
How we play our subs game 70 minutes on, I think he'd been fantastic there. But yeah, agreed, Paul.
He's getting games though, isn't he?
He is. Yeah, he is. Daz says, hey, Rodney Trotter, don't let Simon Francis hear you say that. Another great chat, David. Thank you. Appreciate that. Daz. Adele says, Darren Hurst. Sorry, Francis. And a bit of laughing there between the guys. people, really, really appreciate you being here with us every single morning. We end up having fantastic chats with you guys in the community. We wouldn't be able to do it without you, essentially. This morning was a fantastic one. I think it's one of our longest ones yet, Mal, at 50 minutes.
It's not bad, is it?
But it
I've got to give a quick shout out to Darren, who had a video posted up on YouTube yesterday. So if you haven't seen that, just go and watch it. Absolutely awesome.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, do go and watch that. It'll give you a chuckle this morning for sure. But yeah, other than that, we will catch you back here in the morning as we always do. I hope you have a fantastic.
Can we prepare the chat for tomorrow?
Of course you can. Yeah, go ahead.
So obviously tomorrow we're going to do our preview.
Yes.
It's not taking it away from Deanport Social, which Craig and Matt will do. I think probably Friday they'll be out, won't they?
Yes.
So opinions, starting lineups, score predictions, whatever.
Yeah, whole lot.
That's what we will discuss tomorrow. So give it a bit of thought, and yeah. Oh dear.
So
I'm sorry. The next one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, join us for tomorrow. It'll be the rundown, our take on the lineups and standout players, predictions, and whatnot. As Malcolm said, for the Man City game at the weekend. But for now, up the cherries in all departments. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a fantastic midweek Wednesday. Goodbye.
So everybody in the chat, Ollie, all the best and up the cherries. Have a great Wednesday.
Thanks, mate. You too.
TalkSport Fan Network.
The ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
I should be like you, Mel.